Hey there guys, thanks for joining us on another board gaming night. Tonight we're playing Champions of Midgard. Now obviously we've done an overview of Champions of Midgard, the base set, before, because it's a big favourite here at gaming nights, but we're also doing the Dark Mountains expansion and the Valhalla expansion added into this. Obviously looking at the Kickstarter box. And with me tonight I have Dave. Dave's not played this game at all, so we've thrown him straight in the deep end with all the expansions and everything. And then Ash has played this.
Hey.
Martin, this is his copy, and myself, Jason. Right, so I'm going to point the board. I'm going to point at the board, and then I'm going to tell you what's going on. Right, so first of all, just to give you a brief description of what's going to go on, we're going to give you a brief overview of the rules, so just enough so you know what's going on, and then we're going to come to the gameplay zone, where you'll see us play and go through the actions and play like we are playing the game. And then after that, once we're done, we'll give the verdict of what we think. So, to begin with, there's a lot of new stuff. Other than, just to begin with, the new component upgrades and bits and pieces, they look fantastic. You've got new characters. I'm using one of the older characters, but they come with new leader abilities as well now, and the leader dice. And you'll see more of that happens as we go through the game. But the actors are basically a 9th dice that you can use. And when you roll the little helmet head, you get to use their ability. So there's that. We each start with a special Destiny card, and we got one of each of the resources. We've got gold, favor, wood. No, that's not wood. That's meat, and that's wood.
It is wood, ironically, but it's representing meat.
Yeah. We all start with 3 workers in a 4-player game, and we can get a 4th one from the workers' hut. Right, so this is a worker placement game essentially. On your turn, I'll be the first player starting this game. I can go somewhere, so for example, I can go to the blacksmith and I can get a berserker dice. Or I can go to the hafter and get a pikeman, or I can go to the swordsmith and get a swordsman. I can get resources from the hut over here. I can get wood. I can go visit the merchant ship. So there's lots of little places. I can come to the sage hut, get some more end of game scoring bits, or I can get some one-off ability cards, or what is more likely to do as a Viking society is to go fight some monsters. So we can fight the trolls, we can fight the draga, or we can fight some of the more mythical creatures down at the bottom here across the sea.
Monsters, and also...
Yeah, we're going to get to those in a sec. But to cross the sea, you have to obviously use a boat and make sure you have provisions to do it. But this is where the interesting bits come in. Now we've got all the new stuff over here. So this is the mountain expansion. This is where you can get archer dice. You have to do a land... What do you call it?
Journey.
Yeah, land journey. I don't know anything about what these cards are going to provide yet, because I've not actually played the expansions yet.
Blizzards and all sorts of horribleness.
Speaking of blizzards.
Yeah. So apparently the guys are reckoning that we need dice, gold to go through there.
That's what these gold symbols are here. The land journeys often require money.
And there's also a new hut that you can visit. This is a beggar. So
nobody used it at all in the last game, so make of that what you will.
It seems pretty bad. I mean, you can get 1 resource for a blame token. I don't like the sound of that. And then this is Valhalla. Wow, this is a lot of stuff going on here. When your dice die, so like I was saying earlier, this, for example, this is a swordsman dice. It has a couple of strikes and then a defensive dice on it. But if it dies, we get a similar token from the pool. So we'll take one of these and add it to our Valhalla pool. Then, at some point, you can go to the Valhalla and trade them in for stuff. So, at the moment, we've got some down here that you need pikemen and berserkers for. And then over here, you need a combination of stuff. But over here, you can trade 3 in to get a new type of...
No, 3 in to gain a dice.
Yeah.
Any dice. Or 2 to gain a victory point.
So, you got berserker dice. You got... What's the green one?
Shield
Valkyries. Or
Archers.
shield maidens.
Green one's archer.
That's archer.
That's the shield warrior or shield maiden or something like that, and that's the berserker, and the spearman, axeman, and swordsman.
Right, so they add a lot of variety to what you can do on your turn. And also, now, before when things used to die, obviously they were just dead and you would discard them and then have to go search for more. Now you can obviously use those deaths to your advantage. Pretty much the game plays the same. I mean, you'll see as we're going through the gameplay turn. And also, I can put a link to a card up at the top here, if you can see my finger. There we go, up here, to our first overview of this, and you can see how the base game plays without these expansions. But we're going to focus more on the expansions here because obviously this is what we're looking at now. How much it adds to the game and, you know, how good or how different does it make the game. I think obviously still the overall is to gain your resources and stuff to then go do the traveling and fighting. And that'll become more clear during the gameplay turn. Anything else you want to add, Martin?
Nope, I think that's good.
Alright, so to sum up, use your workers to gain resources and warriors and go beat the crap out of mythical creatures. And score points for Valhalla! Right, we'll be back to the gameplay soon. Alright, so this is the gameplay turn. We've had 4 rounds, well, we're on the 4th round now.
We've just reset the board as well,
Yeah.
so everything's refilled up and whatnot.
So, to give you an update of what's going on, this is obviously the points as it stands at the moment. And this is what's happening. So, I've bought a couple of Runesmith cards. I've got a Berserker dice and a standard Berserker dice. But I've lost my leader. No!
They're wandering around aimlessly now in that direction.
Yeah, I've got a guy stuck in Valhalla. Martin's gone sort of overseas shipping route.
I've gone a bit more passive actually. I've only had 1 5-foot 1 monster, but early on I got my extra worker. I got it on the 2nd turn, which I think the earliest I've ever done it, and I built this boat quite quickly as well. And now I'm kind of like, well, I've got my resources, so I'm now just kind of doing my thing.
And that's Ash.
That is Ash.
Got a pile of stuff over there. And Dave has gone for the archer route. Alright, so Ash is the first player. And I'll just set that there for a second. Get ready to aim at the board so you can see. Alright, Ash, tell us what you're doing first.
I'm going to go and fight the troll because I'm tired of Jason just chucking blame on all of us.
Yeah, it's not very funny, I must confess. I'm going to go to the merchant ship. I've got the dude that doesn't actually pay for that, so I'll get 2 meat and a wood, please. Thank you.
Okay, I am going to go to the Runesmith.
For a change.
I'm going to pay a wood. And I'm going to take the hunt.
Ooh,
So, just before you go around it, I'll show what they do. So, this is worth 3 victory points, that little shield symbol. And it's in a one-off shot. So, this is 3 points in the bag, basically. And then, later on, I can use it as a one-off ability, gain a victory point for each hit rolled when hunting. Alright, Dave, what you got?
I am going to go to the Sage's house. No surprise.
Yes.
So I take 2 of them, unlike you guys.
You just look at them and then put one back.
Dave is doing the Sage's path tactic.
Yeah, I'll take that. And I shall get rid of that.
Okay, back to me. I am going to go there and get myself some swordsman.
God, I wanted that, Ash. That annoys me.
Ladder.
No, I was muttering under my breath.
Just loud enough so I could hear and feel the venom.
Martin was saying he's annoyed at Ash for stealing his 2 swordsmen.
Well, it's okay. Dave ruined my first
I needed
turn.
volume, I think.
by
I
taking
don't
the
think
ha-
Dave ruined your first. I think your dice ruined.
No. Basically, he went to the hafter and took the red when I had to take the white.
I'm going to go to that Burgresar there.
Oh, you swine. I was going to do that. Oh, that reminds me.
You get to look.
I
at
get
it.
a look at one, so I'm going to look at the other one now.
I'm gonna get this pikeman dude.
I already know what's under that one.
So we'll go again, Dave.
You swine. I'll take the axeman.
You might wonder why I took the pikeman instead of the axeman. It's because I need to accumulate some dice to return my leader to his former glory.
Maybe get some guys with shields?
Yeah, the 2 Viking blessings need dead spearmen.
Man, they're really
So-
good as well.
Yes, they are.
Valkyrie blessings, though.
Valkyrie, that's it.
So
Not
who-
hard
who's
blessings.
next?
And now it's me.
So it pretty flows pretty quickly. You know, just place your workers down, get your rewards, and formulate a strategy to lose with.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's my favourite idea. I'm going to go spend 1 gold to hire that boat.
He's using the
The pubic longship.
so this is this. Everyone is allowed to use those. That's not a private ship. Martin, and he's taking it to go fight, what is that, a Lindworm?
A Lindworm, indeed.
With lots of gold on it and worth a stack of victory points.
Yep. And I actually know what he's going through to get there as well.
It's not. Oh, I had the tattoo done on Wednesday. That hurts, man. Seriously.
What is not allowed there? Berserkers.
No axes yet.
It's not totally sore, but
I think I'm going to do that.
it's not doing.
Spend 3 cash. I'm going 2 more favour tokens, please.
It depends where you hold.
I am going to buy my worker. So there's 2 left here, isn't there?
Cost you
I
3.
thought Dave was going to do that.
Yeah, I thought so as well. So there's my 3 gold, and I get my worker, and I get to use him immediately. Well, not immediately, but when it comes back round to me again.
He gets to use it this turn, is what he means.
Yeah.
I'm going hunting.
Ooh. I am going to go and get some Jons Vikings.
Phew, you nearly dicked me over there. So I'm gonna go there. Spend my food. Oosh. 2 of these.
This is. Did I spend my money or not? I don't think I did.
No, you didn't. Good.
Is it me again?
It looked like I
Yes.
had a lot of money.
I'm going to go fight this guy right here.
Mr. Draga. Is everyone placed?
That appears to be.
Okay,
everyone
so
placed.
now we need to assign our dice to any combats we're having. So anything that's not assigned will fight in the hunting.
If you have a hunt.
So anything that's not assigned, Dave, will hunt.
Yeah, you don't have to assign it.
What about the leader? Because he's not pictured in the dice line up on hunting grounds.
Oh, that's because of the borders.
Yes,
Yeah.
leader's new.
I suspected that was the case, but
Yeah.
I just wanted to check.
Seems like Ash is spreading a bit thin there.
Man, I did 3 for last game. I did 3 fights.
any
So
food
it was
I
like
don't-
literally any one of these, man. I need to score them all.
Any food I don't spend comes back to me, doesn't it?
As far as I know, yeah.
So, just to show you where the dice have been placed.
Taking enough dice, enough food. Jesus.
It's got some in mountains as well.
Indeed.
Alright.
Oh yeah, I spent all my gold. Shit.
Oh! You got one.
Yeah, but
No.
there's some really bad cards over there.
Blizzard, there's one where you have to pay 1 gold for each dice, or they all die.
Yeah.
This is a
Wow.
Blizzard, just straight dead.
Yeah, that's not
Alright.
ideal.
So this works like this way across. So we start with the
Okay.
troll.
And the main reason I went to the troll was because Jason's just been going on the troll rolls again, and I can't have that much blame on me. So I have killed it, and I have lost.
He has killed 2 of yours.
Yes, he has.
So can you see that? So each one of these is 2 damage because he's got 2 successes. That would have been 1, and it takes 2. He's got 2 defense. It's also doing 2 damage back, so that's 2 dice dead.
And then the reward is he gets 5 victory points. He can remove a blame from himself and give it to someone else.
I'll lose 2 white dice.
And he gets a wood.
Okay, those. So that comes back.
Yeah,
I'm getting
wood.
a wood. Can I get my?
Lose a blame
I will lose a blame.
You just
a
give it to
blame
someone.
to
I will give a blame to Jason because he has no blame.
surprise.
And I will
Surprise.
take 5 victory points.
Alright, and then it's on to me to fight this Dragar. Right, so he's a 2 and 2.
Ah, you got your points for your ability.
Oh, beauty. Alright, so my ability is when I roll a 2 attack, I get a victory point. So just move me up 1.
Oh, and you've got the die.
Exactly,
The 2
yeah.
dice dead as well to buy the leader back.
So this might seem a little berserkerish, but that's me by nature. So I've done
Oh,
2.
that one. No, he doesn't have.
I've done 5 damage to that, so I've killed it, and it does 2 damage back to me. So I'm going to kill the red one and the black one.
Which means he gets a red and a black token.
Yeah, which will
Don't
go
worry, Dave. Because he's also got a white token, which he's going to spend and buy that.
exactly that. Yep.
Okay, which means, so they're dead. He'll get his leader back, which is that one, and that, and that.
Beauty.
Nice
And
punchy
keep that
dice.
card as well.
And how many VPs was he worth? That's Mr. Dwaga.
Oh, that's
And
good.
how much gold was he worth?
That's a good point. I would like that stuff as well. Thanks, Ash. Good thing you. Yeah. So move me up 5 points
You get points for your ability as well, I forget.
You
and
just
3
took it
gold. I
already.
took it already. Yeah, and 3 gold.
Wow, he was quite good. Okay, and then
Well, that couldn't have gone much better.
No, yeah. That was like.
Martin's Burgesser battle.
Yeah, come on, let's have a look. If it's a blizzard, I'm going to cry.
I think it's free.
It's all quiet.
I thought it was.
Good shiznit, gents. Right. So the Burgrasaur over there, you can't use archers against him. I'll be all right there. He does 1 damage. Good effort. So he is dead. And what will I have die?
7 victory points for you.
Probably a swordsman because they suck ass.
1, 2, 3,
Thank you.
4, 5, 6,
Can
7.
you pass me a white token, please? I'm actually tempted. I might spend those 3. Now I've said that, and I'm going to have
3 what?
3 swordsman tokens, and I get another shield.
Did you take your archer?
Nope.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, and now let's see how my sea journey goes. We have All Quiet on the western
I
front.
knew that one as well.
Okay, so I have to pay 1 food for every 2 dice. So I've got 3 dice, so that's 2 food. And then we begin combat and hope it goes well. Okay.
Not that well.
No.
Okay, pass the 2 blood drops down. Have we got any rerolls? No.
Nope.
So 2 of your guys die.
Oh dear, that's 2 white.
Yeah, well.
Oh dear.
Leader,
He's about to die. He did kill him though.
Takes him out and dies himself.
valiantly,
Yep.
I would say.
Okay, and you get a favour token as well.
So I get favour
And
token
14 points.
and 14 points.
You
no,
got
he's
purple.
purple, yeah.
1, 2.
And I think I might spend 3 of those. Is there what's there floating around in the world for white at the moment? Nothing.
I'm not 100% sure. I might have to check if you can buy your leader dice back with that. Because the Eddie dice thing might just be one of the other colours.
Yeah,
but
well, I
one
wasn't
of
going to
them's-
buy the leader.
It's fine. Because otherwise it kind of makes a mockery of these
Yeah,
cards.
I was going to go for one of the angry dice. Okay, that, ladies and gentlemen,
Is
is
combat
the
done?
Combat done.
I did my hunting.
Oh, yes.
Should have actually done that first.
I did think that, but I didn't want to interrupt all your excitement of fast things.
No, it's Ash jumping ahead of his troll. That's what it was. So anything that wasn't assigned.
Oh,
was
my
anything-
leader ability's triggered.
and
No,
nothing else.
even without special
What does your leader
hunters.
ability
He
do?
gets a Sage's
I get to look at 2 more of these.
Brilliant. So you went out hunting and came back wiser.
with more.
Well, while he's looking at that, because I don't think he's going to anything else going to. What happens now is we do the clear up.
basically.
So starting with back down here, we get a new troll coming in, which is a nice lady troll. That Drago runs away, and then 2 new ones come out. We get a new Rinsmith card, which is going to be
Burger says
reaction.
Plus my
Shield
dude back,
results
lovely.
also deal damage. And then we,
Importantly, these things acquired gold. So anything that wasn't killed down here gets a gold. Public little ship goes back.
new journey cards come out.
And a new monster, Lindworm. And
Another
a new merchant
Lindworm.
ship.
And now turn 5 begins.
And
Indeed.
also these all fill up.
Indeed.
Those are your,
And a
those
meat.
are your dice. Make sure you get those back. Okay.
And then that pushed up to turn 5.
Yep.
And we go again. Who's first player?
Still me.
Still you. Right, what are you going to do?
Carrying on, eh?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. I think I am going to.
The Electric Boogaloo.
Indeed.
Oh my god, that looks horrific. Is that the blame every turn one?
Yep.
Christ.
That is the blame every turn one. Okay, let's have a look what we've got here.
Yeah.
Shield
That guy
results
over
also deal 1 damage. Discard gen. Ooh.
When you fight him, each round that you fight him, he dishes out a blame to someone.
I'm going to go to the Runesmith.
I like the shield
because
result.
I'd like reaction, which is shield results also deal 1
You
damage.
don't have any shields!
I will!
Oh, that's why I'm going to buy. I've got 2 shield maidens here as well. For the love of God. It's like Mr. Idiot, basically. I'm going to go here and get those.
Nice.
I am going to go fight the troll.
Well, I'm not surprised. I was going to go.
I'm taking spears.
Where do I want to go now? I'm going to go there. Spend the food.
Get some rubbish ones with shields.
Get some shields.
I'm going to go to this guy with a due sense of terror.
Ooh.
I need to kill that quickly.
I'm going to go to that one.
Son of a bitch.
Language.
No. English. I'll go and get my last man instead then.
Costs 2 gold. Ash?
Ooh. Oh no, heals 1 point. Those deals. I was like, ooh.
Just put a musical interlude in.
Ash has fallen asleep.
Like a little thing flashing in the corner. Ash's turn. Ash's turn.
There's like 3 things
Like
I wanted to
music
do,
coming
as
on.
always. So,
It's the one thing I wanted to do. Do I not get a go?
Oh yeah, sorry.
It
Took so long, I forgot.
I did not take that long. Screw you guys. I'm going home.
literally did the one thing I wanted to do then as well.
I wanted to do that as well. Seeing as my successful hunting.
I'm
was
going to go to the wealthy stranger and take 2 money.
Definitely not the best hunting.
Oh,
tip.
Jason!
Well, you knew he was going to do that.
I know,
hadn't done
but
that.
he might have changed his mind.
This is Jason wearing about. He's
Oh,
very
shit.
one
You
track.
can go that one. 2 gold, I'll get you a white and a black dice.
Yeah.
Spending gold though. I'm tight. I'm northern.
Well, if you wanted a black dice, that's the way to get it. Your blue dice, by the way, doesn't fit in there.
No, he sits down there in his own
Oh, sorry.
special bit.
He's got his own house.
The long house.
He doesn't hang around with
The common
the
people.
pagans.
Go on. I'll go there.
white
Well, you
and
get-
black. Let's see if you can ruin my turn again, Ash.
I don't think I
Here we
can.
go.
Come on,
Drum
Ash.
roll.
You can do it. Ruin his turn.
I'd like to. I really would, but I don't think I can.
Good.
So.
Can I go before you and then I'll ruin your turn?
All right. Go on in. Yeah, that's all right. I'm spending those 3 to gain 2 more tokens.
Yeah, somebody's getting themselves lots of horny horn
You can
thingies.
pass me the first player marker and the white
Too much
dice.
like that one, though, because I'm going to last now.
No.
Alright. So, oh, do you have another action left?
He does.
You should do.
I just bought him this turn.
Yeah, you get to
you
use
get to
him.
use
Yep.
Oh, I'm going to use straight out. Oh.
Yeah.
In that case.
That was, oh, you get to use him this turn. Oh. He's northern after all.
Eat it. I think I'll go and become wiser again after going to do some hunting.
Alright, so I think that's everyone assigned, isn't it?
That's
Now we
all
assign dice.
I'm going to take everyone. I need to kill him quickly.
One and two.
Doing 2 fights, Jason, eh?
I just read my ability again. It's actually, it says gain 1 victory point each time you roll 1 or more 2 hits in a round of battle.
Yeah.
So if I don't kill it the first round and I go again,
Yeah.
that counts as another turn, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Right, so hunting ground happens first. So Dave, anything you've not assigned, this is everything. Looking at that. Oh god, that was really bad.
That's a lot of food.
And a trigger me ability as well.
So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 food. That's the maximum you can get anyway.
1, 2, 3.
And you get
To do the Sage's Hut action.
Let's look at one of those.
well, they clearly did get wiser, didn't they?
Yeah, they figured out how to go hunting now.
Oh, that's how you do it. You kill the animal.
The deers. And while he's looking at that, I'm going to murder me a troll.
Yes.
Yes! The leader! Finally! I did it!
Whose ability do
Do
you
you
want
want to
to
take a Sage's Hut action?
Right, so first things first. I'm going to butcher that troll. Actually, what do I trigger first?
No,
my
I
leader
think you do the leader ability.
Yeah,
first.
so my leader ability I'm going to trigger. So I add him, I take him, move him to the longhouse, and then get me a berserker dice, which I get to roll. I rolled blank, of course.
Well, he has just appeared out of nowhere. Fallen out of the sky, he's been on the toilet or something. What the hell?
And then I'm going to use my leadership card, which means I get to use someone else's leadership ability as well.
That was a rune card, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the rune card that he's using.
So I can either use the Sage's Hut action, or
You can claim 1 reward for emergency, so you can basically gain a red dice.
is it 2 red dice?
No, you
that's
get 1 reward.
Oh,
from it.
Or you can replace any other dice in this battle with a dice of your choice from the supply. Roll the new dice immediately.
Another massacre!
But they're going to die because one of them's going to die.
You can always take a shield. They've got a double on them, and they've got 3 hit with
Yeah.
defense.
All right, you convinced me. I'm get rid of that
So
berserk.
I'm helping you. These 2 just appeared out of nowhere. It's still dead, isn't it? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I was going to say it'd be hilarious if it wasn't.
Okay, so that's resolved my berserker, my leader ability. So now I kill the troll.
So 3 points.
Yep, against
For green.
3, and I also get 1 for my
Yeah, and 1 more point.
2 dome.
One wood.
Get a wood.
You get to lose a blame, and you get to give a blame to Ash.
Ash, you can get it back again.
You're giving it to me, man.
Actually, I'm gonna give it
Because
to
you're in the lead by a margin.
Yeah.
Says the man with how many favour? Seriously, look at that.
He's about to gain 12 from this.
I might not.
Just take your blame, man.
And I have 2 blame already.
And then this berserker will die.
It gets a
And he
pink
literally
token.
appeared out of nowhere.
Because he sucked.
Died.
And I get my berserker token.
Okay, so then you fight the Draga.
Fight, fight, fight.
Holy shit, that's another point.
Alright, so
That's
yeah.
one thing dead. Swordsman.
Yep. Swordsman dies. I get a
White token.
white token.
2 gold.
And
4
4
points.
more.
5 points, sorry.
Have you done my 1 point? And you done the 4 points already as well?
Yep.
That is a lot of money.
It is.
Right, I'm going to smash the crap out of this guy. Oh, that's the other thing. I'm about to get a blame from that as well. So at the start of each round, I gain a blame. So I need to kill this thing really quickly.
It's only 3 points. 3 health. And you
Oh,
spent
mess it up.
12
Mess it
dice.
up. Mess it up. There's a lot of shields.
God, there really is. No, I've done it. Only just, though.
No,
Well,
more
say
than
only.
just us.
He's got 3 health and you did 3 damage.
The blocks!
Yeah.
Crap!
So you're not taking any back. Oh man, if only that bow missed. That would have been awesome.
4, 6. Yeah. Blimey, yeah, he's very dead.
Well, even if the bow had missed, he still did more than enough damage.
Oh yeah, I did 2.
No.
Oh, there's another one there as
One.
well.
5.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I smashed his face in, man.
So it's 9 VPs
I've got that,
and
yeah.
4 gold.
Mm-hmm.
You taking the gold? No, you
I
haven't.
haven't taken the gold yet.
Okay. What's he? Oh, he no, we took him. Okay.
And to you.
My voyage of doom is a whirlpool. Lose 1 dice. I will lose a white. Will I lose a white? Yeah, I'll lose a white. Okay, and I need 2 food to feed my peoples.
Obviously, like Ash mentioned last time, you have to feed them according to that.
Okay, and that's 1 food for every 2 people. And
El Smasho.
definitely El Smasho.
That's good as well, because he heals. So something dies.
Something dies. Let's have a look what we've got floating around here.
Another 12 points. A favour token for Ash as well.
Lose a white dice, I think. Yep.
Yeah, white token.
Yep. I'm waiting on.
Somebody to pass it.
Yeah. I don't have super
Your
long
Valhalla.
arms.
Alright. And
That is it.
There's
2
it.
rounds.
Yeah.
and now you can see what the points is like. Ash is storming into the lead on
Yeah,
45
but
points.
You've got how many secret objective cards?
That is quite a lot.
Is that 6?
That is 6.
He's literally gone there every single turn, and he's rolled his special ability as well.
So 6 could
I didn't go away there 1 turn, but I did get on the special ability.
Yeah, so let's see, 6, if that's, he gets top points for all of those, that's generally about 4 points.
They go. I think the low ones are 4, but I think they've got to gain extra points 1 on them, sort of thing. And then they go up to about 7, 8, 9 even.
Alright, so that is another turn done. We're going to finish off the rest of the game and then we'll come back with our verdict. I'll see you in a soon.
I was going to say, you've not played this without, like...
Just
Well, shut up then.
shut
let
up
him
and
fill.
video it.
Alright, so we've finished up the game. We've tallied up the scores. As you can see me and Martin over there close to each other, but you don't know where the other two are. Are we in the front? Are we at the back? We're neither. We're in the middle. Right, so in last place is Dave on 77 points. Then third is Martin, 116. And then me, 119. And then all the way down there is Ashen on 138. That's a big score. Alright, so well done, Ash.
Thank you.
You're victorious. What's your character's name?
I was Ranghild the Advisor.
And she has favoured the gods.
Yeah.
Alright, so that was a play of Champions of Midgard with all the expansions. Let's have a chat with the guys and see what they thought. You as the victor, Ash, what are you going to say?
Well, played this 2 weeks ago.
That was last weekend.
Yeah, well, yeah, not for last Friday, but Friday before that. First time with all the expansions.
It was last Friday, man.
Was it? Okay,
Yes.
last Friday. Fine. Never. And yeah, I really liked it. I do think it adds a lot more to the base game. The fact that dying isn't as detrimental as it used to be in the game, because, you know, nobody wants to roll their dice and just die horribly. So now you've got, like, the whole Valhalla thing going on, which definitely adds a new dynamic, makes the game a little easier on, like, you're not massively set back. So I liked it when I played it without the expansion. I like it even more, especially the Valhalla expansion. I'm not too fussed with Dark Mountains. It's take it or leave it. It's extra monsters to fight, so makes things easier with more people. But yeah, I definitely like it. Recommend it. Good worker placement with a little bit of random combat going on. Solid game. Definitely an 8.5.
Fair enough. What did you rate the previous winner? It was just the base game.
I don't think I was in that one. No,
No, it was Tony and Mike.
but I know I played this before without expansion. I think it was around Martin's house ages ago, and as I said, I do like it. And yes, I know people were saying that I'm miles ahead, and I was complaining that I didn't think I was. But last time we played, which was last weekend, I was miles ahead again. And then in the last turn, Paul and Martin just like zoomed miles ahead, and were something like 20 points. I think Paul ended 20 points ahead or fast or something like that. You've got the score somewhere.
Well, I had not fluky, but I split up. I basically fought 3 creatures on that last turn to get another set, and obviously the points from that as well. So it was a fairly big point swing for me, but I wasn't set up to do that this turn, and I couldn't afford to lose too many of my dice because I needed to make sure that I scored the one destiny card I had as well. So
I think I was kind of sort of like steered in a way by what came out on the Valhalla board and my starting quest, which was have the most monster cards, and then there was the Monster Slayer Shield, and I did want to get this guy, which was 4 for each monster kill.
they're hard to kill,
But
those things.
I
Jeez.
messed up and didn't change 1 or 2 of my dice into Spearman, so I didn't have the right things to get him. But thankfully I'd killed some Dwerger.
Alright, well, fair enough. But as second place for me, I think this is quite interesting. I love the component upgrades. The new little Viking meeples. The flame tokens are awesome. I love these little troll
Stickering
heads.
them was not awesome.
So for me, the component upgrades are brilliant.
Coins are a bit shit.
Yeah, the coins
Yeah.
I think would be cool if it had actual, like, I actually
With
prefer,
metal?
yeah,
Yeah.
or even just the plain old yellow ones was fine as well. But I think everything else, the component upgrades is genius. Love them. Some of the things I love a lot. I love the leader dice with the abilities.
I actually think the leader dice is a great addition.
Yeah, that's probably my favourite edition, the leader dice. The Valhalla thing is interesting. Ash was mentioning that a minute ago, and I think everything Ash said is right in there. The fact that it adds a lot more of that less frustration when you screw up your dice, and you can get the Valhalla tokens to do really some cool stuff over there on the Valhalla board. The downside for me is that you lose a little bit of that anticipation of going into a fight, because if you go into like now, you could just fuck it, I'll just go in.
Dude, come on. You went and took on a troll and you failed, didn't you?
Well, I
And
failed
they
loads
could
of fights,
probably-
but I didn't have anywhere near the same feeling I did before in the previous base game when I lost stuff. It was like, I don't
On
care.
the flip side of that, though, not everyone enjoys getting fucked by the randoms.
Well, no,
Particularly turn after turn after turn.
It's not
if
so
you're
much-
not getting anything back for that.
no, I agree, and I'm not saying the Valhalla thing is a bad thing. I actually like it. It's really cool. But I feel it lost a little bit of that anticipation when you go into a fight with, say, the troll, and you're like, I'm going to add another dice just in case. Or I'm going to add another one because I want to make sure the defense... In this game, I didn't care about defense at all. I don't care if my dudes die. I'm just going to get more dudes by getting those things and my leader dice. So it loses a little bit of the anticipation.
But your ability let you put more dice in as well. So
Yeah,
to
but,
a degree, your guy mitigated the loss of that, whereas other people's, like I didn't want to lose people's particularly at all. So I was being a bit more careful because I wanted to make sure that I had in the guys for that Destiny card, but also I didn't have an easy way to replenish them.
It's true.
Whereas you did, you roll your leader thing, and it's just like, oh, I'll just chuck my
But
new guy in.
But you also didn't do as many fighting as me and Ash did.
No.
And
That wasn't through not wanting to. It was just,
but I just feel like I lost a little bit of that anticipation. I didn't, there was no downside to losing stuff. It's just, fuck it, I don't care. I'll just throw them in and they'll die. Who cares? I'll get more stuff and then I can exchange tokens for more dudes. Which is cool because you're mitigating the randomness. But at the same time, you lose a bit of that excitement, I feel.
As I said, I think it makes it easier on everybody. You can concentrate more on actually trying to build whatever engine or whatever victory path you're going for without like somebody going, combat heavy and a couple of dice rolls knocks them horribly back. Whereas, Dave admittedly didn't do so well with his first play with everything.
Well, unfortunately, we threw him in the deep end.
Yeah, and he was going...
It's not that deep, though, to be fair. In terms of the deep end is still, up to his neck.
He was going deep on the Sage's Hut, and Martin was going really passive in a way, getting lots of gold resources to go.
I just tried something a bit different, really. Yeah. I tried to go fairly passive, like by turn 2, I got my additional worker. I got a bunch of meat from the merchant. I traded it at the market for gold, and then bought that worker on the second turn. I just wanted to see how that would go because normally you have. Gold's quite difficult to get generally, and you normally get that worker kind of mid-game, and then sort of it goes sort of turn 4, 5, 6, 7 sort of thing. So whoever's last only has a couple of turns out of it. Whereas I feel that by doing that, everyone got their additional worker kind of early.
Yeah.
Just something a bit different that I've not tried before.
Well, I had the troll. They had the most troll cards, achievement or gold card. So I immediately knew I was going to go for trolls. And then my idea was to go trolls and then Black's Runesmith because you get the wood from the... So I was going to just try and get as many victory points from these and then use the trolls to give you guys blame points and that sort of thing. But then obviously Ashton started catching on that I was going on the troll the whole time. So he started
annoying as well, Jason,
jumping on me.
If I'd have managed to kill one troll and given you the blame, we'd have swapped places.
Yeah. I was also trying to convince Ashton to give you the blame earlier because I was saying you were far ahead, much more
I was
points.
trying to convince you to give him because of that massive pile things.
But so that was interesting. I noticed as well through this play as well, the resources were far more than it used to be a lot more tighter. Yeah, now you get a lot more resources, a lot easier.
I don't actually know why.
No, I'm not really sure. Maybe it's because you get the extra dice. Because I mean, these Berserker dice and the Shield Maidens and the Archer dice obviously are a lot more steadier than Swordsmen and Berserkers.
These things on the side don't really give you a lot of reasons. Okay, some of these cards can, but I certainly didn't buy any of those. So I'm not.
I got one that gave me 3 food.
I'm not really sure where those extra resources came from. But I mean, Dave pretty much maxed out with gold.
Yeah.
I mean, we would almost run out of gold tokens at one point.
I mean, I got loads of resources left. I got, for the times I've played this game, I never have this amount of resources left at the end of the game.
It's
but
normally to the wire, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm normally maybe 1 or 2. I got extra gold, extra horn token or favor, loads of wood. I have the same freaking meat trunk I've had since the beginning of the game.
Meat trunk. I think you used to be a chef. Meat trunk, Jesus.
That's why it used to be a chef.
But no, I thought everything was really cool the way they added all the stuff. The new dice were cool. The mountain, I like the fact that there's more places you can go that doesn't require you to go over the ocean.
It's like an it's like another Draga almost, with a bit of risk because of the journey card, but it's not, because you have to invest quite heavily on these kind of overseas journeys.
Yes.
Whereas that you can just go, yeah, screw it, I'll give it a go.
So that's quite interesting. I like that a lot as well. I thought the Valhalla all the artifacts and stuff that came out are really cool. Like for example, I got this one really late, so it didn't help me at all. But I like these sort of things. You know, Bo the Hunter. Dave got a lot of shields, which were really cool for negating damage. Those type of things.
To fight these, basically.
Yeah. So for me, these expansions add a lot to the game. A lot of variability, a lot of replayability. The components are even better than they were before. So, I might actually 8.5. I think it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I thought both expansions add a lot to the game, and it makes the game even better than it was before, most likely. And I think it's really good. I definitely recommend it.
Definitely puts it in sort of like the Great Western Trail, sort of different paths to victory that are plausible, and
Well,
I think with practice they can get there.
This is an interesting game because it's a worker placement game, but it's not just. I don't think it's your standard worker placement because a lot of it relies on the dice. So it's almost like a Merry Trash worker placement game, because, and this is what I was saying about the excitement, because these things dictate your future in this game. At least it was so in the base game, and the expansions have taken a lot of that mitigation out. So it's pushing it more towards a standard worker placement game with lots of options. I love options in a game, so it's still a very good game to me. But it's taken it away from that more of a random element and added in more of a stable element to it, in my opinion.
But you're still at the. I mean, you can still attack something and not kill it, and therefore you've missed out on that. Yes, you'll get something back in return, but it's nowhere near as good as killing the creature would.
In the last 3 turns, I did 3 attacks in each turn, and only succeeded in 1 out of 3 attacks. You know, in my first, so that means I failed 4 attacks, and I came second. I didn't detriment me in any way.
Yeah, but if you'd have killed them, you might have come first. So
probably would have come
arguably it
first.
did.
Oh, they were small attacks because I was doing 1 dice type things. So they would have got me maybe 10 points at most for those 4 things. So I don't think it detriments you that all. You could spread around and still do pretty well.
Yeah, but you could always do 1 dice attacks.
Yeah,
Especially on your last turn.
but those 1 dice attacks in the previous game would have lost you the dice, and you would have been just screwed for the next turn.
Yeah, but
now you're not.
On the last turn, and
now you get the tokens, which you can then trade back for dice.
That's 3 though. 3 for 1 is not a particularly
True.
good ratio. I mean, that's fair enough that you think that, but I don't think it's quite as bad as you make out. It's still failing a combat and having your guys die is still not great. Yeah, it's nice that you get something back, but it is still a bad position to be in. Being sat there, I mean, we never had a position where someone was completely out of dice. I don't think. Maybe you early on. I can't remember.
I was down to 1 dice at one point.
But that's not a good position to be in because it takes a long time to recover from that. We were quite fortunate in that we had 2 military places which gave us dice. We could have easily not had those, and obviously these built up as before.
Yeah, I had to go
so we
there
could
to get my
recover
stuff.
reasonably quickly. Whereas,
Well, the thing is, those mountain areas, they give you dice as well.
well, you've got to kill the things. And
Yeah,
if
they're
you've
not
just,
that hard.
If you've just got crushed, or I mean, the first turn of the last game we had, the first thing I did was hit a blizzard. I had to pay 1 coin for every dice in it, or it was lost. I took 5 guys there, and I only had 1 money. It was like, bleh, that's 4 of my guys dead, and then I died in the combat. I died everything.
Okay, I mean,
And that was hard to get
but
down.
that's 1 card in what, 40?
I think there's 2 blizzards in there or something like that. But even still, it was not a good opening strategy, and it took me like 2 turns to recover from that.
yeah, there's 2 blizzards, and
I also like to point out, Ash's very first turn, he scored no points from his attacks, and still beat us by a massive margin. So, again, I don't think there's much of a detriment to losing dice in this game anymore. And in fact, a couple of turns, I ended up with more dice, even though I lost them at the end of the
one
turn.
you definitely did, yeah. But I think you had a fight on the way and rolled your leader.
Yeah, and then I got 2 Alvin dice, or not Alvin, I keep calling them Alvin, the Archer dice. Yeah, and then I spent some more tokens, so I ended up with more dice at the end of the turn than I started. Yeah, but you were saying it was your turn to...
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
now your official turn.
Yeah.
I see. Now I may now speak. Yeah, I mean, the components upgrades are definitely nice. Although it does feel a bit wasteful. I've got a bag of counters now, which are meaningless, and I've got the meatballs, and I've got cubes and stuff. They're all just like, I can put those in a bin or whatever.
It's funny, we said the exact same thing about Euphoria last week.
I mean, it's a bit unfortunate, and I think the coins are okay. Yeah, they're probably better than cardboard tokens, but they are a bit crap, to be fair. But that could be being spoilt by too much metal money.
I think just a yellow sticker on them rather than a white sticker would have been better. I don't get why you've got a yellow piece of wood.
Almost been better being clear, like the troll ones.
Yeah.
But hey, I don't know. But generally speaking, the new components are very cool, and I think, as previously, the artwork on the cards and whatnot is very cool. I do like the additions of the expansions for sure. As we were saying earlier, I think another place to have fights and stuff in the mountains is very cool, and I quite like the journey there. The anticipation of what are you going to hit when you go through the journey is cool. The Valkyrie board really does change things up quite a lot, as we've spoken about at length. I personally think it's more positive than negative, whereas I think perhaps Jason feels perhaps slightly differently.
I don't think it's positive. I like it a lot. It's a really cool board. I think it's changed, not for positive or negative. It's just different. You know, it's changed the complex of the game.
This game for me has always been like a good introduction to worker placement games like Stone Age or Lords of Waterdeep, that sort of thing. But with the addition of these things now, it's become more like a viticulture type thing, where it's still a good introduction, but you can also add these extra complexities and whatnot, and it becomes more of a gamer's game, if you like, because it adds another couple of layers on there, another few routes to victory or more victory points and whatnot, and I think that's cool. Anything that adds more depth to something is going to see more plays from us, really, before we get tired of it. So that's
for
cool.
Sure.
I definitely think the expansions have improved the game, and I think I'd probably give it an 8.5 as well. Definitely, if I was going to score the expansions by itself, it would probably go more than that, maybe even a 9 sort of level. But I think the game as a whole is probably an 8.5.
Yeah, with the expansions, yeah.
Yeah.
So me and you both 8.5. What did you say, Ash? Was it 8.5 as well?
I think it was something like that, yeah. 8.5 easily.
All right, that's interesting, Dave. So, as your first experience of Champions of Midgard in a whole,
Yeah, I really like this game. I mean, I like worker placement games anyway. However, the issue I had playing this tonight was, one, I was chucked in the deep end because it was like, here's the base game, but here's all the expansions, and I was playing with 3 people who played it all before, so they knew the base game. So, because it's quite big, okay, I did a lot of these Oracle cards, or whatever they're actually called, but that was because my character kind of lent me that way. I actually didn't do a lot on that side of the board other than that. So yeah, I would think as an introduction to this game, I'd prefer to play maybe a round or 2 of the base game, and then, like you guys did, come into all of these new stuff.
But I don't think the new stuff, I mean, as I said, you could, the Valkyrie thing, for example, you could basically ignore that until you felt you were ready. And that is just another one of these. So
but that's the way for you guys to get victory points. If I'm ignoring that,
I mean, most of them is to recurse your dice back and maybe get some other bonuses. But what could you have done to stop that anyway? Really, bought the card before, as maybe if you had the right stuff, but you'd have probably done that anyway.
I think
there's a lot to take in. With
that. I was going to. I think that's more it. I was possibly trying to do too much of, rather than just, like you said, forget about areas of it. So if I knew this area already, I could pay more attention to them. I just felt I was trying to perhaps do too many strategies, partly because I had so many of the Oracle cards. But
that probably didn't help either.
Well, to be fair, a lot of them kind of linked in. I had lots of things to do with combat. I just kept getting sniped at the end and not being able to. I had the 3 things that made me really good for killing them: extra experience, extra attack, and extra defense. And every time I got beaten to them when I got the things. So, it didn't work out that well that I took them, but
I don't know. He scored quite a lot of them.
Yeah.
First player is still very important in this game as well.
But that said, I really enjoyed the game. You know, I would happily, unpack it, play it again now, but it's 2 in the morning.
It is 2 in the morning.
Is it?
Yes.
Jeez.
Cheese.
I didn't realise it was that
Nacho
late.
cheese.
Well, we have played quite a few games tonight.
We have indeed.
So, as an overall feeling, there's probably quite a lot to start off. But as a general feeling that you actually still enjoyed the game, even in despite of that.
Yeah. I mean, Ash was almost on like double my score. That's how difference there was between the pair of us. But, I could quite happily see myself going out and buying this game. It's definitely within my top 10, if not my top 5 of games.
Wow. How much would you rate it then, based on your first experience here?
Solid 9, possibly a 9.5.
Oh, that's really... Well, it is a really good game, so I'm not surprised. I mean, Grey Fox do a lot of really good games, I mean, of different types of games as well, but this is probably their flagship in my eyes. Hence the reason they've got 2 more really cool expansions and a massive investment in the upgrade components as well.
Although, I don't know what they were thinking when they did a replacement box. The box, by the way, the insert is awesome. It fits everything that they've done thus far in it, and even sleeved cards. Hallelujah. But for some reason, they didn't bother to put the name of the game on the front. What's that about?
It's on the sides.
What? Oh, but that's no good. It's on the front. It ruins Jason's video.
Well, they did it on purpose. They went, wait, is Jason going to do a video on this? Yes. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, the box is great. Really good. Please, more companies do inserts that fit sleeved cards, for the love of God.
And what's more is, this video has just made another purchase for them, as Dave's going to go buy this game.
You're buying it for me for Christmas for doing all these videos.
Oh, I see.
Did I not mention that bit?
Well, there you go. So, Champions of Midgard is still A1 game.
Yep.
And
definitely.
the expansions make it even better. So, we definitely suggest go picking them up if you haven't already. I can't imagine anyone who likes Champions of Midgard hasn't picked up these expansions, because they...
I haven't.
Yeah, but you don't have
the base game either.
That's not what he said.
Yeah, that's true. That's not what I said. Yeah, so thanks a lot, guys, for playing, and thanks a lot for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got a good feeling of what the game is like. See you guys later.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.